Today we're going to be looking at the Gunpla-kun model kit, the DX edition in particular, since it has one of the most unique display bases we've ever seen. Taking a look inside the box, we've got 3 runners, and it looks like there isn't a single shade of gray in the whole mold. We'll have to fix that ourselves later. This kit is also made of Limex. The feel of it is strangely soft, and the head here feels kind of like a Nendoroid face, but we'll see how it all holds up. The instructions look simple and quick, and there's additional instructions on the back to assemble it in its runner display version using a blank runner on a stand. Clipping out the parts already feels so much different with this limestone plastic alternative. Even with multiple close cuts with our nippers, it's so easy to get white stress marks on it. There's also stress marks on some parts of the runner outright, like these spots on the back of the chest. With all that said, and the lack of gray on the runners, we'll be using our Gundam Markers to get it looking a little bit more up to our display standards, but since the kit's so small, we'll be decanting them in paint trays first so we can use a fine-tip paintbrush. Generally, we wouldn't advise painting on the runner, since usually you'd have to clip all the pieces out and sand them, and then have to repaint what you sanded. But sometimes, if all you need to add are a couple of touch-ups, being able to hold it steady like this makes it so much easier. Here we're painting the mouth vents and the area around the eyes black. There's a sticker for the eyes, but to keep it consistent, we'll just paint that on too. I also definitely didn't waste the sticker on the yellow eye parts. Next, we'll be using Gundam Marker Yellow for some pieces on the body and the skirts. The yellow they chose for the plastic is perfect for the glowy look of the eyes, but the Vulcan's neck, chest, shield, and skirts are normally an entirely different shade of yellow. Like we mentioned earlier, the gray you usually see on most RX-78 kits is completely absent. Par for the course for an SD, we suppose, but we'll be painting it all in, starting here with the joints on the knees and the arms, as well as the hands. The most noticeable instance of this is the fact that the backpack is molded completely in white for the beam sabers, and even worse, the beam rifle is completely blue. Thankfully, most of the colors we need are handily available as Gundam Markers, but sometimes you gotta mix your own. As an example of mixing colors, the beam saber is molded completely in white, so we'll be mixing a nice pink for it. First, we decant a decent amount of white into a tray. Then we take our brush, take a small dab of red, and start blending it with the white to make the pink that we need. I also don't like fully mixing it together, that way I get different shades in case I need to go lighter or darker. When painting sabers of any color, we like to do a little gradient effect, where the color is a bit more solid near the end of the saber, but near the base of the saber we make it a little more white hot, since that's where the emitter is. To do this, you just start with a lighter shade, and you work your way up to slightly deeper shades as you brush closer to the end. Now that all those paints are dry, let's put them all together. Everything pops in fairly easily. The friction on the Limex feels a lot like the soft joint plastic Bandai's been using in more of the recent kits, like the Witch from Mercury line. Now, to display him in his runner version, we have to take apart most of it, but also add this piece to the head to hold it in place. Odd that it ends in a ball joint when the neck also very obviously is a ball joint, but whatever. There are little pegs for the legs and the arms to plug into, and the body has to be separated from the backpack to be displayed separately. No space on the runner for the rifle and the shield though. There is a space on the back for them, but the saber fits right above the backpack. Whichever way you want to show them off, the Gunpla-kun makes a charmingly cute addition to any collection. If you liked any of the items or tools used in this video, here's a handy list. Thanks for watching!